Welcome back to Crime Chronicles. Today we take a look at the life and crimes of Curtis Warren, a drug kingpin from Liverpool who made the Sunday Times rich list by owning a massive property portfolio. Released from prison in 2022 after serving a long stretch for drug smuggling, he is now in the legal spotlight again for breaching a number of release conditions. Stay tuned as we look at Curtis's rise from poverty to become one of the UK's richest men. And we ask, where has the £200 million gone that he made during his criminal career? Curtis Warren, often referred to by his nickname Cocky, is a British drug trafficker whose life journey from humble beginnings to becoming one of the richest criminals in the world is both remarkable and cautionary. Born in 1963 in Toxteth, a tough neighbourhood in Liverpool, Warren's early life was shaped by the socio-economic challenges of his environment. Despite these challenges, he displayed a natural acumen for business, albeit one that eventually led him into the world of organised crime. Warren grew up in a working-class family and left school at age 16. His initial foray into crime was relatively minor, involving petty theft and street-level drug dealing. However, his ambitions quickly grew beyond the confines of local crime. By the mid-1980s, he had established himself as a significant player in Liverpool's underworld, involved in the importation and distribution of cannabis. Liverpool, with its extensive maritime links, proved an ideal base for Warren's operations. He capitalised on these connections to facilitate the smuggling of drugs into the UK. His early success can be attributed to his strategic mind and ability to build and maintain crucial contacts within the criminal underworld. Warren's rise to prominence in the drug trade was marked by several key developments. He expanded his operations beyond cannabis, delving into the more lucrative cocaine market. His approach was methodical and businesslike, treating his criminal enterprises with the same seriousness and rigour that legitimate businesses applied. This professional approach earned him respect and fear within the criminal community. A turning point in Warren's career came when he began to forge direct connections with drug cartels in South America. These contacts allowed him to source cocaine at significantly lower prices, increasing his profit margins. By cutting out middlemen, Warren maximised his earnings and consolidated his power within the drug trade. His international connections were not limited to South America. Warren established networks in the Netherlands, a key hub for the European drug trade. Operating out of Amsterdam, he coordinated large-scale shipments of drugs into the UK and other parts of Europe. His ability to navigate different criminal networks across countries showed his exceptional organisational skills and contributed significantly to his wealth. In 1998, Warren's notoriety peaked when he made the Sunday Times rich list, which estimated his fortune at around £40 million. This listing was both a testament to his financial success and a glaring indicator of his high profile. For a criminal to be recognised on such a list was unprecedented and underscored the scale of Warren's operations. His inclusion on the rich list drew significant media attention and increased scrutiny from law enforcement agencies. Warren's wealth was primarily derived from his drug trafficking activities, but his criminal empire also included other illicit ventures. He was involved in money laundering, using various legitimate businesses as fronts to clean his dirty money. Properties across Europe, particularly in Spain and the Netherlands, were part of his asset portfolio, further cementing his status as one of the wealthiest criminals. Despite his wealth and influence, Warren's criminal career was fraught with risks. The intense scrutiny from law enforcement eventually led to his downfall. In 1996, he was arrested in the Netherlands as part of an international sting operation. The Dutch authorities, working in collaboration with British law enforcement, managed to gather substantial evidence against him. Warren was convicted of drug trafficking charges and sentenced to 12 years in prison. However, even behind bars, his influence persisted. He continued to orchestrate drug deals and manage his criminal enterprises from his cell, demonstrating his far-reaching control and the loyalty of his associates. His troubles did not end with his conviction. In 2007, after serving his sentence in the Netherlands, Warren was extradited to the UK to face further charges related to a major cocaine smuggling plot. In 2009, he was convicted and received an additional 13-year sentence. Moreover, Warren was hit with a record-breaking £198 million confiscation order, aimed at stripping him of his ill-gotten gains. Warren's legal battles continued even as he served his sentences. He consistently fought the confiscation orders, claiming that the authorities had grossly overestimated his wealth. His legal team argued that much of his alleged fortune did not exist and that the confiscation order was unrealistic and unenforceable. Despite these claims, the authorities remained determined to recover what they could from Warren. The financial aspects of his criminal empire were complex, involving numerous offshore accounts with hidden assets, making it challenging for law enforcement to trace and seize all his wealth. Curtis Warren's life story is a stark illustration of how a combination of ambition, strategic thinking, and ruthless determination can propel an individual from a disadvantaged background to significant wealth, albeit through illegal means. His journey from the streets of Liverpool to the heights of the international drug trade is both fascinating and cautionary. Warren's inclusion on the Sunday Times Rich list highlighted the immense profits that can be generated through organised crime. It also brought to light the challenges faced by law enforcement in combating sophisticated criminal enterprises. It seems that Curtis Warren is determined to stray from the straight and narrow since his release, as he has now been charged with 18 counts of breaching a serious crime prevention order. The 60-year-old is accused of failing to comply with a series of restrictions on his movements and finances, imposed after his release from prison in November 2022. In April of 2024, Warren appeared at Liverpool Crown Court and entered not guilty pleas to all charges. The order was imposed by a court after an application from the National Crime Agency. It means Warren is obliged to provide the police with certain information about his finances, associations, movements, and is intended to prevent him from committing serious criminal offences. According to the charges, he allegedly failed to notify the NCA of an application for a passport, details of bank accounts, credit and debit cards, details of communication devices, acquiring a business interest, and all sources of income. He is also alleged to have failed to tell the agency about the use of various vehicles, including a rental vehicle in Spain, of travel outside England and Wales in July of 2023, of the details of premises, and of having more than £1,000 in cash in his possession. Warren, now of Bolden and South Tyneside, wore a blue hooded sweatshirt and stood with his hands clasped in front of him as he entered his pleas. Judge Andrew Menery, KC, told Warren he would remain on bail ahead of a further hearing on August 27th. A trial date has been fixed for the 18th of November 2024. The types of offences Warren has now been charged with look very much like he has been doing one of two things: either trying to re-energise his drug smuggling business, or collecting some of the £200 million that law enforcement has been trying to locate since he was jailed. Curtis Warren remains a notorious figure in the annals of British and international crime, and it seems highly likely that he still has access to immense wealth. While Warren's wealth and power at his peak were undeniable, his story ultimately serves as a reminder of the impermanence of such ill-gotten gains and the relentless pursuit of justice by law enforcement agencies, and we wonder how long he will remain a free man. Thank you for joining us today on Crime Chronicles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends.